What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Droid Life Show today, episode 238. It is Friday, July 24th. I'm your host, Kellen. With me, Tim. Tim, say hi.
Hey, guys. What's up? Tim here.
Thanks for joining us. There's been quite a bit of breaking stuff this week. Breaking news, fun news, important news. So we'll talk about a lot of it. OnePlus Nord. There's a box. Nord right there. OnePlus Buds. There's been a ton of huge Samsung leaks, like Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, Note 20, the Beans, which are actually called Buds Live. Like all of those have fully leaked, and we know almost everything at this point. I don't think we know the price, but we pretty much know everything else. We know a little bit about Android 11 internally, a little code name, actually, a little dessert name, if you will. And then there's a whole bunch of phones that are either available or coming, whatever. There's some stuff. We'll also have trivia at the end of the show, which we do every show. If you're new around here, we actually do trivia and give away prizes to 5 people every show. We run through our list of topics. Then we have 5 questions at the end of the show, not necessarily related to those topics. And if you answer live in the YouTube chat where we're broadcasting, you can win prizes. What are we giving away this week? $10 in Google Play credit to everyone?
Correct. We've got 5 Google Play gift card codes for $10 each. You just plug it into Google Play, buy whatever you want. You could buy a sweet new game. You could rent a movie and stay in with your lovely significant other. Maybe get a little romantic. Who knows? I mean, the possibilities are really endless. Sounds
pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm totally doing like editing on air real quick. Everyone just ignore me for a second. I'm just moving Tim over. He's not quite centered. Sorry, everyone. Perfect. Look at that. Never been more centered.
Center me, senpai. Thank you.
So fun show. Lots of big topics. We'll talk a little bit about Nord. We'll talk about the bullets and all the Samsung stuff. And as we're essentially like preparing for a good couple of weeks with Samsung and then OnePlus launching. And then, maybe we'll get Android 11 stable, and then maybe we'll get a Pixel phone somewhere in there as well. Okay, so we should talk Nord. Nord is official. So here's Nord in this, I believe it's called Marble Blue. Blue Marble? Maybe it's Blue Marble. Blue Marble. So I've got one. Can't say much about it, but I can tell you what it is. So OnePlus Nord, we've been talking a lot about it as it led up to an unveiling this week, which has been weird for us because we knew it wasn't coming to the US, North America actually. But because it's OnePlus sort of returning to a lower price point, not necessarily specs at the lower price point like the original OnePlus phones, but just a lower price point. It's been something that we're following because, look, affordable phones that have good specs are good. We like that idea. So they teased a bunch of stuff like Snapdragon 765, 90 hertz refresh rate, lots of RAM, all this fun stuff. So as we've watched it closely, it's now available. Well, I should say it's been announced. And, I really wish it was coming here. This phone, on paper, like if you just go through the specs list, so Snapdragon 765, we believe that's the processor in the Pixel 5, which is supposed to be Google's most high-end phone. And there's, a rumor suggesting a $700 price point for Google's Pixel 5. This phone would be $400 if it was here. This Nord phone, $400 in the US, so $300 less than what Google would ship. And come on, the specs in this thing are better than what was going to be in the Pixel 5, right? Like it has a 90 hertz refresh rate, big old display, 1080p, and sure, Google could go quad HD and maybe 120 hertz. They could up them there. I'm not sure that's worth $300, but they could do that. Same processor. This thing starts at 8 gig RAM and 128 gig storage, and then goes up to 12 gig, 256 gig. Google's never put more than 6 gig RAM in a phone. So it'll have at least the same amount of storage, maybe more, and probably more RAM. It has a 4100 milliamp hour battery. Remember the Pixel 4 last year had like a 2800 milliamp hour battery? I don't even know. And not as fast to charging. So it has 30T warp charge or whatever. We got the quad cameras on the back, dual front selfies, 5G support, Bluetooth 5.1, and NFC, and an in-display fingerprint reader, and an alert slider. So $400. Well, it's 400 euros, 369, 379 pounds, I think. But if it's coming here, look, it's probably going to match almost those prices. So $400. I mean, I'm assuming OnePlus is making like $6 on each of these phones, and they're doing it just to create a new line of phone and establish some new buzz around their name, because I don't know how they're packing all of this in and selling it for 400 euros and making any money. Like Samsung has a 765 phone, the A71 5G. It starts at 600 in the US, doesn't have as good of specs as this. Like it doesn't have a higher refresh rate or as much RAM. The Velvet, you have an LG Velvet, same processor. I don't know what storage is in the LG Velvet. Not 90 hertz, that's for sure. And it's, how much is that phone here? 500 or 600?
$599.
So okay, so same price as the A71. So again, $200 more. That's a lesser phone than this OnePlus Nord, than this thing right here. And this runs, Oxygen OS, which is kind of close to stock Android. We know this phone will get updates way the hell more often than that LG phone. Not necessarily the Samsung A71, but they threw it all kind of in here and then some for this price, which is just, I'm still kind of blown away a little bit, which makes it so sad that it's not coming here. So it ships on, what is it, August 4th, something like that. Or it goes up. It goes up for sale, I think, on August 4th. I'm looking.
Yeah.
Yes, August 4th. So August 4th, India, Europe, and then there's this limited beta program in the US.
Hey.
Did you read about this thing?
I did, yeah. Well, I saw a lot of people were upset, right? That it's going to be some like basically OnePlus has to not only approve it, but there's only 50 people getting it. It's just like, what's the point?
Yeah, so the OnePlus US, the OnePlus Nord US limited beta program. I don't know why they're calling it a beta program either, by the way. So they're going to select 50 people in the US and Canada. So and I don't think that's 50 in each country. I believe it's just 50 total in North America. 50 people, and then you have to pitch them why you would be great at using their phone. And then, they might pick you based on a whole bunch of qualifications that you have to meet. And I'm assuming there's going to be thousands upon thousands of people that do this. I don't know how they're going to sort through them. I'm sure they'll figure out a great way. So then if you get picked, they'll send you a phone, and then, they want you to review it and talk about it and submit things through them. And then you're going to post a review to their forums on August 31st. And then after you do that, they want the phone back. So you don't even get to keep. They said some people will get to keep them, but we're talking 50 people. Yeah, we're talking 50 people, most of which won't even get to keep it. So it's just not a US phone, I guess. I mean, I've been using it on T-Mobile, and it works on T-Mobile. I haven't had connectivity issues. I mean, I do sit at home all day, every day, because we're in a global pandemic still in the U.S. But I don't know. I don't know why they're not bringing it in here. I'm worried that they're just so tied to carriers at this point, and because there's no margins on this phone, and because the carriers are selling the OnePlus 8, which is supposed to be the affordable OnePlus phone, that they didn't want to touch it. And maybe OnePlus selling directly in the US doesn't work that well like it does everywhere else, and so they're really slimming up operations and where they're selling. I don't know. This seems like it could have been a slam dunk. People like the iPhone SE for 400, and this has way the hell better specs than that too. So I mean, okay, it doesn't have the A13 Bionic, but
seriously, what are you talking about?
Yeah. You're right. It doesn't have the A13 Bionic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel bad for people who were wanting this and would totally buy this for $400, and then it's just nah, not coming.
Yeah, well, especially since we know basically what the Pixel 4a is, and we know it's not going to be anything like the Nord. We know as consumers now that we're basically getting screwed. And I think that doesn't feel good. No. I guess, it depends on your perspective. But for me, I don't like it. But yeah, whether we don't really know, right? I'm sure someone has asked Carl, or the OnePlus people, hey, what's up? Why exactly can't we get this phone in the US? And I don't know why there wouldn't be a bit more transparency on that. Maybe it is because of carriers, or they just wouldn't make enough money. Totally possible. But regardless, once I found out that it was going to be not coming to the US, I only want to hype it more, right? I want to let OnePlus know that the US wants that bad boy and bring it on over. I don't care if it has a plastic frame or whatever someone keeps saying in the chat. Like, it's a really good looking
Does
phone.
it have a plastic frame? I don't think it has a plastic frame. Maybe it does.
I want to know.
It's glass on the back, I think.
It's a good looking phone, especially in that blue marble color. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a fine phone. It just sucks that OnePlus is doing this. They always seem to like do something that angers me, and I guess releasing Nord not in the US is like, you know, just continuing that streak that they have going.
Somebody just says plastic back. I actually don't really know. Is it plastic? It feels nice.
Give it a smack it on the desk real hard.
I was gonna say, should I do that? I don't know. If I tap on it, can you tell? Is there like a way? I don't know. I guess I could. I should confirm that before I do a full review of the thing. Yeah, I think they've talked a little bit about why it's not coming here, and I think they just said like this price point, selling direct like they like to do, isn't always a great play in the US. And they might be right. Like, I don't know that, like, Motorola's been trying to do it for a while with all their One devices, and I don't know that they sell a ton in the US.
Yeah, that's Motorola.
I know. It's a similar model, though.
Sure.
Google, we think, sold okay the 3A, which is kind of similar, right? Like the idea. But, like, we don't know if Google sold, like, 20 million 3As. They didn't. But you know what I mean? Like, we don't know that it was this smashing success. We like to talk about it because we think it's a good value. But, you know, phones are still sold through carriers in the U.S., unfortunately. Like, that's where and that's why OnePlus has been trying to get in with as many carriers as they can. And they added Verizon. So, you know, you brought up the 4A, and that's kind of why this really sucks, because the 4A, which this phone just absolutely would stomp all over, the 4A was going to be the $349 phone, we thought, and it was looking cool. Now, I mean, if you're Google, can you even release the 4A after this thing came out? I know this one's not coming to the US, but
yeah, I mean, if you're Google, you're like, okay, I guess we get the North American market to ourselves.
I guess.
I mean, because in terms of Android phones, like, I'm not going out and specifically looking for less expensive Android phones unless it's from a company such as Google that I know it's going to continue to get updates. Because when you go cheaper, you tend to lose software support, and I know that won't happen with the Pixel phones. So, yeah, I'm not considering cheap phones from Motorola or Samsung or LG or anything like that. So
it's kind of weird how we look at it that way. Yeah,
it is kind of odd.
Like, Samsung's A71 and A51 are supposed to be awesome phones, and the price points for those are not bad. But you're right, we've kind of gone, I don't really. If it's not a Galaxy S or Note, we kind of go, I don't know. We just ignore it, and maybe we shouldn't. I don't know, but I mean, some people are mentioning in the chat, like, this thing would sell well, and then some other people are like, no, they don't sell any phones here. It's hard to say. I don't know how successful OnePlus is here. I know other countries, they seem to do fairly well, and they keep showing growing sales figures. Like, we just saw some numbers this week. I think it was Counterpoint, which does research on phone sales and whatever else, and I think smartwatch sales and all that. Anyway, they put out numbers for basically from the U.S. pandemic numbers, if you will, and they showed that OnePlus had an absolutely abysmal few months during that. Like, they and not that their numbers are 100% correct or whatever. Like, Counterpoint, I think they call carriers and they like contact people and see if they'll get. I don't know exactly their methods. But they showed, like, I think it was a 60% drop year over year during that same time period for OnePlus. Jeez. And when but it's even worse when you go, oh wait, but they released the OnePlus 8 and Pro during that time, and the 8 launched on Verizon. So they added a carrier, 2 phones during that time, and their numbers were, you know, supposedly according to their research, 60% down from that's awful. So I don't know how successful OnePlus is in the US. which sucks. I want them to sell 20 million every year here because I want them to keep selling phones here. And I would hate to see them back out, and seeing this phone not come here, not a great sign.
Yeah, I mean, it's disheartening, I guess, to say the least. Because we want more or less expensive phones to be better, right? So Nord was really kind of setting the bar super high in that regard, where it's like, okay, like this is possible for $500. Was it $499 again? It would be $400.
It would be $400 here. Yes, that's why it's so absurd.
Yeah, it is absurd. So yeah, I mean, OnePlus was probably like, nah, dude, we don't want to lose. Maybe it would sell so damn good. They were like, we can't release it there because there would be too much demand. It's just not even worth the headache. So that's what it is. All right, we figured it out. It would be too popular.
Might be just too popular. It's always
too
a good
popular
way to not sell things. Yeah, is avoid popular.
I like that.
I don't know. Again, I like to blame carriers for everything here, and so I'm going to stick to that. I'm just going to blame the carriers and say that the carriers were like, you just brought us these. You can't sell that here for really cheap. We will be mad. And they were like, okay. That's I'm sticking to that theory. So anyway, they haven't really hinted at it may be coming later.
They sort of did.
I saw like one reference, maybe like it's not coming yet, and then since then it's kind of been like it's not coming. So who knows? If it does, we'll let you know. Otherwise, import one. That's what I will tell you. Import one. Use it on AT&T or T-Mobile. Should work fine on those two, as far as I know. I should probably double check that, but you should be good there.
Yeah, I even just for the people saying, oh, it probably wouldn't convert 1-to-1. Even if it did go to 450, $450 US, that's still really good. $479. Anything sub like 500 is really good for the Nord. So let's not pretend like, price really would be affected all that much, because it's still a killer phone, and it's better than the Pixel 4a, which I guess may or may not be coming. I don't even know anymore.
Don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, so buy a Nord, you just have to import it. That's what we're saying.
Okay, so people are saying they don't. Oh, I see what they're saying. So like the 8 Pro starts at £799 in the UK. So they're saying like, it might just be more expensive here. All right, I get you. Even if it's $499. $450, it's still gonna be
a pretty good phone.
It's still gonna be a crazy good buy.
Yeah, like the phone is cheap, so if they up it, it fills in fine. Like it's fine if it's priced more. It really is.
Euros, the 8 Pro is €909, which is actually, and we're $899 US. So I mean, anyway, we don't know because it's not here. So either way, hopefully it comes here. I do think people, if they're interested, might want to consider importing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have a review soon. Don't worry, we'll still review it, and then you can really decide. Nice. The other thing they announced was these right here. These little guys.
What the hell are those? Oh, a little freaking AirPod rip-off.
OnePlus Buds. Yeah, they're probably going to connect to the computer and disconnect these or something. So here are OnePlus Buds. They are $80. They come in white, gray, which I thought was black, but it's gray, and then this blue color. The blue color, as far as I know, is not coming to the U.S. You can only get white and gray in the U.S. I don't know why they made the blue and not selling it here. Are they AirPod clones? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They look slightly different. Like AirPods don't stick out of your ear, I don't think, quite as far as these. Like they kind of have like this ridge up here, so they kind of stick out. I've been using them for a good week or so now. They're not bad. They're only $80, so they're not like these. What are Pixel Buds? 180 or something?
God, they're expensive.
They're so expensive. So these are, well under half the price of Pixel Buds. They sound pretty good. I will say that. When I first got them, I thought they sounded like garbage. And then last weekend, this OnePlus 8 build got out. There was a new OnePlus 8 update, and it included like a Pixel Buds app, a OnePlus Buds app, which I didn't have yet on my test unit of my Nord. And so I sideloaded it to see, because they're like, all these features were missing that OnePlus was telling me about. And so I was like, where are all these features? Like, I can't see any of this. So I sideload this OnePlus Buds app, and sure enough, all these new features are there, like customizing the double tap action. The sound was dramatically improved. So once you get that update, they actually sound pretty good. I would say similar to these. You don't get quite a seal, and they're definitely a different fit in your ear. But they probably get a little bit louder, which I think I'm losing my hearing, so that's good for me. But it's not like they sit in your ear. They don't like fit in your ear, if that makes sense. But for the most part, they sound pretty good. There's some things missing, like all you can do is double tap. That's like the only action. And you can customize the double tap. Like you can have it do next track in this ear, previous track in the other ear. And if you pull them out, they'll pause. Or you can have a double tap to pause, but there's no single tap. Like if you just want to pause, you can't just like tap once, which I don't understand why we're only doing double taps. There's no triple tap, of course. Yeah, I mean, like these, I can single, double, triple, and long press. If you long press on these, apparently all it does is try to change the device you're connected to, but I can't actually get that to work. So battery life is pretty darn good. It's supposed to be up to 7 hours, and then you get up to 30 total with the case, and the case charges fast. There's a lot to like, and like I said, they sound pretty good, but it's like the tapping, those features are weird and suck. And they're kind of big. They don't fit my ears great, so it's kind of one of those things, like if it doesn't fit your ear, like you're screwed. Right, because it's just, there's no rubber tips, there's no anything. It's the AirPod style where if it fits, cool. If it doesn't, you should probably not get them.
That's really, I hate earbuds like that. That's why I love my Galaxy Buds so much, because man, they got like the different tips and they fit just perfectly in my ears. They're really great. Oh, here we go. Zoom in time.
I'm trying. Go the other way. There we go.
What? There we go. Wow. Wow.
See? And they have a little touchpad. You know, they're fine, right?
Yeah, to all the haters who say these look bad, I don't necessarily agree with you. I think they look cool. It's just I know they're not going to sound as good as my Galaxy Buds, and I know they aren't going to fit as good as my Galaxy Buds. So you can't pry those Galaxy Buds out of my ears, man. They're too good.
So they're fine, and $80 is not a terrible price. They're obviously way cheaper than AirPods. They're way cheaper than Pixel Buds. They're cheaper than a lot of buds, but you know, you can go on Amazon and get AirPod clones for 20, 30, 40, $50. There's like this whole range in there. So I don't know if I recommend people buy I should also point out, to get all the extra features, you supposedly need a OnePlus phone. So you're kind of like limited. Like if you want all those customization, although I'm not sure I totally believe or understand that, because I think you could just sideload the app just like I did, because it's kind of like the Pixel Buds app. So I don't know. We'll see. I may try to sideload that on a different phone and see if you get the features or not. In fact, I should probably do that. Someone remind me to do that, just so I can.
Oh, sure. We'll remind you. So I can
debunk the hell out of that. Anyway, so I don't want to keep going on these. They're just wireless earbuds. They sound pretty good. I'll give them that. They don't fit my ears great, so I worry they're not going to fit everyone's. The battery life's great. The pairing ability and all that's fine. It's Bluetooth 5. The features on them, not great. But, you know, they're $80, so whatever. You can get the white ones and gray ones here. I don't know what else to say.
Gosh, all right.
That's all I got.
While we were talking, we had a donation from our good friend No Seeds B. $2. Thank you very much. Says, my Pixel Buds always fall out.
Wait,
is that
what?
a problem you have? I thought they were supposed to like stay in pretty good.
They do. That might have never fallen out. They fit my ears really great, which is why I like them so much.
Do they have different tips? I don't know. I've never used the Pixel Buds still. Okay. Maybe you just need some different tips, B.
Yeah, small, medium, large tips.
In Titletown. Yeah. And then also...
always bragging about all of them championships.
I know. And then also before the show, Sarah Washington with a $2 donation says, petition to move the DL show to 4 p.m. Pacific. No way. 4 p.m. Pacific? I'm gone by then, all right?
Yeah. Sorry, Sarah.
On Fridays, we dip a little early.
We often do. So yeah, OnePlus Nord not coming here. Wish it was, and OnePlus Buds are fine.
Okay.
I can't let go. Yes, the OnePlus Buds are awesome and amazing, and what a great value. There's so many true wireless buds in the world that, like, unless they really, like, if they added all the tapping features they should have and stuff, it might be a little bit different. And if they fit slightly better in my ears, but whatever. All right, we moving on to Samsung. We've been talking about OnePlus for a really long time.
Yeah, real quickly, Evan in the chat says, Tim, what headphones are you using? I'm using the Samsung level headphones. These actually came out quite some time ago, but they just kind of lived on my desk, and I've never really gotten rid of them. I really quite like them. They sound good. They got
Nice.
noise cancellation when they're actually charged and not just plugged in via 3.5. So yeah, they're not bad. Thank you.
We have so
Thank you
many
for
damn
asking.
headphones laying around.
Oh my gosh, I've got these. I could use these DZ Mobius things. These $400 gaming headphones. I got other headphones back there. I mean, there's so many options.
There are so many options. All right, so Samsung stuff. Lots of Samsung this week. So August 5th is still the Unpacked event. We know. Well, they said, I think this week, we're going to announce 5 power devices, is what they called them. 5
Nerds.
power devices. And they mentioned that one of those devices will be on your wrist and one will be in your ears. And then after that, well, it's probably phones and tablets. So then this week, the leak started. Well, actually, I should say, first of all, they announced the Galaxy Z Flip 5G. So that's not a power device, I don't think. Well, I guess it could be, but it's not a part of the event, I'm assuming now. So the Galaxy Z Flip 5G is official. It is exactly like the original Z Flip, which you reviewed, except it now comes in Mystic Bronze, which they're going to paint everything with, which is fine. Mystic Bronze is kind of pretty, and like a gray color. And then what they changed is it has a Snapdragon 865 Plus, so the newest Snapdragon processor. What did the old one run? Like an 855? The original?
Yeah,
855?
I think so.
Yeah.
Plus? What was it, like 855 Plus or whatever they're calling it?
I think that is what it was, yeah. So 865 Plus means it has 5G now. So it has a new processor, 5G, nothing else really changes. Colors, processor, and 5G, same flippy phone. It's more expensive because of that stupid 5G. It is $1,450.
And we are still selling one for the low. So hit us up if you want to buy a non-5G variant.
Yeah, if somebody wants it, please buy ours for way too much money. Okay, so that out of the way. 5 power devices. Z Flip 5G is official. Then right around then, we got our first look at what might be the Galaxy Z Fold 2, which is really the only thing I care about. The watch. I'm interested in the watch. And then the Z Fold 2. I believe it was Ice Universe who posted it, and it's a super blurry photo. It looks official, just like Samsung's marketing materials, like almost from their website or from an app or something. It says Galaxy Z Fold 2. It shows kind of the styling of the original Fold, but we can tell that the front has that big old top to bottom cover display, and then it has a big old camera module like we're expecting on the Note phones. It's painted in Mystic Bronze. Oh, damn, it looks good.
It's going to be the ultimate couch phone, dude.
I mean, like, so good.
I couldn't think of a better phone to have during a US pandemic. I mean, this is going to be awesome. I mean, it really looks like they took everything we loved about it and just made it better. Yeah. Like that external display looking huge. Yeah. Oh man, got rid of that internal bump or hump, whatever we're calling it. Yeah. It's a good looking phone.
I mean, once they announce this and give me a release date, I'm just signing out for the rest of the year. I don't care about any other phone. This is the phone that I want. Yeah. Well, because as you mentioned, which I should correct my terminology these days, it is the U.S. pandemic now. The rest of the world's fine. So in our U.S. pandemic, we aren't going to go anywhere for like 2 years. So I'm going to be in my house for a while. I will settle in to the Z Fold 2, and I'll probably be happy with life at that point. So, the Note... Yeah, the Z Fold. The Note 20 is probably... I'm sorry, the Note 20 Ultra is probably going to be a great phone. The Note 20 will trash on in just a second, but this thing is really all I care about. Like I'm fully in Samsung fanboy mode these days. I think I called myself one last year, and then this year, the only phone I've been using when I'm not reviewing something is the S20. I love the S20. When I'm done with the Nord, it's going to be... Wait, I'm not supposed to share opinions on that, but it will be kind of a toss-up because I love the price so much of the Nord. That's what I'm saying. The S20 is my favorite phone right now, still. So I'm full Samsung mode. I just will graduate from S20 to Z Fold 2, and then that's it. That's just the end. That's it.
Yeah, I think, I mean, hopefully I can just join you there in paradise because, it's good. Someone asked if it's heavy. The original Galaxy Fold, it was like heavy, but not as heavy, I guess, as you might expect for having what's essentially like two phones folded on each other. I don't know. In my pocket,
you're right.
It didn't feel that crazy. Like, I mean, sure, it was like thick and like elongated, so it could, depending on the kind of pants you're wearing, it could look inappropriate, but it's cool, man. This one looks like wider. This one looks like it might be kind of substantial. So we'll see.
It looks so... I bet you it's similar size. Probably folds to about similar thickness. Actually, no, it looks like the top and bottom each look thinner, but I bet it's the
thinner,
same width.
But wider. No, it looks wider.
Maybe it is. It could be. And that might make the front display better to use. Yeah, I know. We shouldn't have got rid of those. Damn it.
So what were we thinking?
I know, because I would have been
got rid of the
that
fold,
thing,
but somehow we had to hold on to this Z Flip. What are we doing, amateurs?
No one will buy that stupid flip phone.
People ask, but no, you don't want it, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about our Z Flip problems.
No, we're just going to trade it in for the Z Fold 2 probably and get as much dollar. Like when Samsung does the, all right, initial trade-in offer for $600, and we're going to go, please take this Z Flip forever. I'm sure we could sell it for more than that, but please just take it, Samsung.
Yeah, we want them to deal with it. We don't want someone else to deal with it.
No, we don't. All right, so anyway, we don't know much else about it. I just like looking at the picture, dreaming of my future.
It'll be good.
Let's talk about the Note 20 then, because the Note 20, we got two massive leaks this week. So WinFuture posted up, which she often does, post up a bunch of renders, like official renders and a lot of specs. So the Note 20 Ultra, it's like a classic old Note. It's the power phone with everything. It's got the S Pen, huge camera module with all the cameras, big old display with barely any bezel. It's squared off. It has like the single front punch out selfie camera. Also comes in Mystic Bronze and Mystic Black, which you seem to like, the Mystic Black. I'm worried. If it's not frosted black, matte black, then I don't want it. It needs to
be matte. Let's just make that clear.
Yeah, but we're talking 120 hertz display, which makes sense.
It's a super phone.
Yeah, decent sized battery, 4,500 milliamp. Is that decent size though? What's the Ultra? Isn't the Ultra like the S20 Ultra like 5,000 or higher?
I think it's 4,500 too.
I thought it was 5 and the S20 Plus was 45 and then the S20 was 43 or something like that.
Checking because I need to know.
But it's got 108
5,000.
Yeah. 108 megapixel camera, I think, with some zoom action. Look, it's the spec'd out phone. It looks pretty dope. It's going to be huge though. Aren't we expecting 6.9 inch display on this Note 20 Ultra or something crazy like that?
Yeah, some massive thing.
And it does look like it has curved edges, which is...
Yes, it does have curved edges. Although, they've gotten better. They're not as curved as they used to be.
That's true. That's why I like the S20 so much. It technically has curves on the edge, but you don't really use them. You don't have to deal with them like you once did.
Yeah. And with everything moving away from the sidebar with Android UI in general, I mean, the experience is getting better.
That's true. It is. On the flip side, while the Ultra sounds like a pretty badass phone, the Note 20, not necessarily so much. So
sounds
WinFuture
like
also
should not consider.
Yeah, I don't really think so. Which is so weird because like last year with the Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus and whatever we had, like I bought a Note 10 and that's actually what my wife uses now. And it was still spec'd pretty good. And like, I didn't feel like there was a bunch of compromises there. This Note 20 regular one feels like nothing but compromise. So the worst thing here is, well, first of all, let's start with one good thing. Flat display, no curves at all. It looks flat. So that's good. We like that. Design similar to the Ultra. But you know, when you look at the most important part of the screen or of the phone, which is the screen, 60 hertz, Tim? 60?
Yeah.
Tim, the curve? 60 hertz?
The hertz? Or the lack thereof? Really disappointing to hear that it's only 60 hertz when we're talking Galaxy Note money.
Yeah.
And there's no way this thing is costing less than $750, right? Like, unless it's a $500 Note phone, which that's not happening.
Are we flipping? I mean, like, is the S20 now the premium and the Note is kind of like, well, we don't know what to do with this. Is that what we're doing?
I don't know. I think Samsung they sort of shot themselves in the foot here when they split up. I'm still not a fan of them splitting up the Note line into a premium and a sort of like lesser premium experience. Right. Especially when we're talking something like this, 60 hertz. I mean, we don't know price, right? So I can't grab the pitchfork quite yet, but we assume it's more than $750. It's a Galaxy Note.
Gonna be like $900. Still got an S Pen, and it's gonna still got X6 or 865 plus,
RAM,
right?
Yeah. Yep, 256 gigs of storage, micro SD, triple camera system, 4,300 milliamp hour battery. So it's got the specs still, but it's missing there's this huge omission. And if anyone is upgrading from a Galaxy S20, and all of those have over at least 90 hertz displays, then they're
all 120 hertz. All of the S20s are 120 hertz.
Yeah, then it's just embarrassing at this point.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know why you would even consider this. Tim and I have been talking for the last couple of days since this came out about how bad 60 hertz is. And it sounds weird because if you own a phone right now with 60 hertz, you're probably going, Kellen, you're just being like a snobby tech bro. Shut up. Yeah. 60 hertz is fine. You're thing always is, so negative. Yeah, I've been on 90 hertz for well over a year, and then the S20 is 120, and then the 8 Pro was 120. Even this Nord is 90 hertz. When you get into 90 hertz and above and go back to 60, you notice it, and it is no fun. So, yeah, so that's kind of my problem, is that it's supposed to be, the Note line was supposed to be the do-it-all, every spec, whatever. And now we have this version that just kind of feels like a cheap knockoff Note 20 Lite phone. And 60 hertz is just it's just not okay.
It's not okay. As someone said, ignorance is bliss. I mean, really, 60 hertz, totally usable. Unless you've used anything above it, like 90 or 120. I mean, it's just once you get comfortable with that or familiar with it, your eyes are used to it, you can't go back to 60. I tried booting up a Velvet, and I swear, the phone was I could see each, in animations, you don't want to use that. That's not cool. So now, and I had to tell someone yesterday, I think in the comments of the post, they were like, come on, man, let it go. I was like, I'm sorry, but it depending on the price point, 2020, even 2019, we really saw it where the higher refresh rate is one of those specs that you just have to have now if you're going to be asking over a certain price. Yep. So, I mean, the Nord, 400 euros, guys, has higher than 60 hertz. So we know it's possible.
The Moto G 5G that's not coming here, it also has 90 hertz. Those are budget phones, technically budget phones. This Note 20, as far as we know, is probably not going to be billed as a budget phone. No. It has 60 hertz. No, we're not going to tell anyone to even consider it.
Yeah,
get into the future, Samsung.
It's really quite rude. But that's fine. We'll tell it on the mountain that no one needs to buy the regular Galaxy Note 20. That's totally fine. The only problem is that some weird, I'm here, my conspiracy theory going on here. Is this Samsung forcing people to upgrade to the Ultra? And we know it's a better experience. They're gonna want to spend a couple extra $100 to get that 120 hertz. Ooh, you monsters. I won't, I'll have to talk to them.
It's terrible.
It's really rude. Really rude.
Yeah. On a sort of related note, this week Corning, who makes Gorilla Glass, they announced that they have new Gorilla Glass called Victus, and it's coming first to a Samsung phone in the near future. So there is a good chance that the Note 20 will have Corning's new Gorilla Glass Victus. I don't know that I love Gorilla Glass. Not to totally change the subject because it's still sort of related. I feel like Gorilla Glass is like one of the most overhyped things ever, and that everyone thinks it's great, but it's still kind of, I feel like the last couple generations of Gorilla Glass, like they show every single ding and scratch, and they've never withstood any sort of drops. This new one supposedly is like way more scratch resistant, and you could drop it from up to 2 meters and it might not crack. I still don't think I believe that, but you might be able to drop your, they do. You might be able to drop your Note 20 Ultra this time from 2 meters, Tim, and it might not.
BS. I have dropped plenty of phones. None of them have ever survived a fall.
No.
Doesn't matter if it's on a hard surface, the display, like the glass is done for. I just saw a Pixel 3. My friend has a Pixel 3 with a shattered back. I was like, what? How do you even do that? And he's like, I just dropped it from like, I was just walking, I dropped it. I was like, are you, what the? It blows my mind.
Putting glass all over phones is one of the dumbest things this industry has ever done.
Yeah, that's why when people say like, "Oh, it's a plastic phone," or I was like, "I want plastic."
I want
like
plastic too.
I welcome plastic phones back because I don't have to worry about it then. Kellen puts glass phones down on his freaking granite countertops and they shatter. Like, what is going on here?
Poor Nexus 4. Went through like 6 of those.
That was, that was like one of those first phones with glass, and it just seemed like everyone was breaking it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Must have been tempered wrong or whatever.
Poor
Either
glass. So the other thing we got a big leak on, again from WinFuture, was the Galaxy Buds Live, which are the bean-shaped new true wireless earbuds coming from Samsung. Tim and I just call them Galaxy Beans because Buds Live is just a stupid name, and so they also look like beans, which is just more fun. So the Galaxy Beans are reportedly going to cost $170. What are the Buds Plus? $150, I think. I think so, yeah. Buds Plus, I think, are $150, so $20 more. And you are going to get active noise cancellation finally in a pair of Samsung Buds. Sounds like pretty decent battery life. Lots of charges, gestures, and taps, I'm assuming. And then, the charging case. I'm sure it has wireless charging in the case because both of the previous Buds models do. And then they look like beans. And they come in like a black and a mystic bronze and a white.
Beans. Yeah, yes. I like the beans. Dude, I'm sick of this bronze color. Sorry if no one agrees with me, but this rose gold bronze can get out. It is so ugly.
It's going to be on every... Samsung is so proud of this color.
Why? It's ugly.
No.
So
well, the thing is, because you're gonna like these, you're gonna put them in your ear, and so you're gonna have this bronze skin-ish color like in your ear. I
won't.
I mean with these things, you probably got to go the white versions or the black versions. With your phone, if you really just love a good bronze color, like sure, buy the phone. I don't know that I would stick bronze colored earbuds in my ear. They're gonna look a little goofy. These look kind of cool. We had a discussion before coming on air about how the hell these things are going to stay in your ear. Like, I feel like they're just going to get lost in my ear. Like, I'm going to put them in, and like my kid's going to like bump me, and the thing's just going to go and just stick like in my ear canal because it's so tiny. But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see how it goes.
They look like fat. Like, we saw a render. It was just like a third-party render of like what the bean would look like in your ear. Like it looks like a hearing aid. Like
it does look like a hearing aid.
It looks bad. So I don't get it. Hopefully we'll get a unit sooner or later, and we'll figure out what they feel like in my ears.
They could sound really good. I'm not, although I'm a little skeptical just because they're so small about how good they can sound. But maybe Samsung's like cooked up some magic, and they will be the greatest thing ever. I don't know. Because like the Galaxy Buds stick out a little bit. They're thick. These ones don't, but we know these ones have issues. So I don't, Samsung makes a good earbud.
the Galaxy Buds hardly stick out. I don't know what you're talking about. Like
They
the
stick out
Galaxy
more than
Buds
these.
maybe ever so slightly, but I tell you what, they sound better and they probably fit better a whole lot better, so
I would say neither, but you know.
yep, 911 got a bean lodged in there again.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like beans.
Brandon Johnson says, do you guys have used the Buds Plus? Yes, that is what I use. And anytime I talk about the Buds, I'm talking about the Buds Plus. I just refuse to throw on the Plus thing. How is their active noise cancellation? They don't have active noise cancellation. They have
the beans. The beans
no,
do.
The beans do, not the Buds Plus.
Oh, the Buds Plus don't, yeah.
But they have some.
I don't know why.
They fit so well in your ear that it sounds like they have active noise cancellation because you just can't hear anything on the outside. And then when you go into you long press or whatever and get into that, I was going to call it a solidarity mode. It's not what it is, though. But it's ambient mode, thank you. Yeah, that's really cool. And you can tell like there's a great suction, right? Or a great fit in your ear. So, and yeah, you do get a weird vacuum feeling, I guess, when you're using that mode, but you can actually kind of toggle it, or you can lower the percentage of it or whatever, the intensity of it. So it sounds good, man. Buds Plus are awesome.
Yeah, the Buds. I don't have the Buds Plus, but I used the regular Buds almost all of last year. Samsung makes good wireless earbuds at this point. Their early ones, like the Gear Buds X or whatever the hell those were called. I don't know that those were great, and they had like an hour battery life. The Buds and Buds Plus are excellent, so these will probably be pretty good too, I'd imagine.
Sure, they'll be all right. Philip says the beans have permanent ANC. No, they don't. So Samsung, like in their apparently the specs that we got leaked from, or the details we got leaked today from WinFuture, you can definitely disable the ANC, and it's actually going to up your battery life an absolute ton. Using not using active noise cancellation, but that's the same for any type of headphone or anything like that. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, should be good times. Looking forward to the beans.
Lots of Samsung stuff coming. But this week, it basically all leaked. The only thing we don't have a ton of details on yet is just the new Galaxy Z Fold 2.
Seriously,
we just have that one, but I'm sure it's coming. The big leak.
Because the latest we know is that it won't be revealed at Unpacked on August 5th.
Well, see, that's what I'm not so sure I believe that now.
Really?
And because if you're counting 5, right? So they already did the Z Flip. That's gone.
Right. Well,
so then you have 2 notes. Let's just count them all, right? So 2 notes, 2 tabs, a watch, and the beans, and the Z Fold. That's 7. So if you take away the Z Fold, you still have 6. Because there's.
I would count 1 note, like for the 2 notes.
So I would too.
1. All right, so note, tab, beans, watch,
Z Fold 2.
Nah, it can't be. Then they're
that's the only way you could get to 5. Well, yeah. See, that's the thing. They're either counting. They could be doing 2 notes or 2 tabs, but if you count each one as 1 line, then that gets. Or the other thing is though, they could just announce the watch or the tab ahead of time, which they might do.
Which they've done with the Z Flip.
Yeah, because then we have 2 notes, watch, or beans, and 2 tablets. So that could happen, and that might be what they do.
Speaker is 5. Gosh darn Bixby speaker. Really no, funny. The Galaxy Home. That's right. That thing still isn't out yet, right? Like that's dead. I mean, because Bixby's terrible.
They tried to launch like the Galaxy Home Mini in Korea only, and it's never gone anywhere.
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Stop trying.
I know. Okay, enough Samsung. Let's Android 11 real quick. So Android 11 Beta 2.5 was released this week. Nice. It's just a bug fixer, but it fixes the screen flicker that everyone was having on the Pixel 4. So if you have a Pixel 4 and you were running beta, Android 11 Beta, you should update right away. It'll get rid of that flicker.
Such a good update.
Yeah, big time. Android 11, we found out, is internally referred to as Red Velvet Cake. That is the official internal dessert name. Since we don't do dessert names anymore, back to Android Q, internally it's called RVC, or Red Velvet Cake.
Nice. The red velvet is absolutely delicious, so I can't say I blame Google for naming it that.
Yeah, I can't either. Let's see. AT&T says their low band 5G network is now nationwide. This is a weird one because they were in 355 markets, and then they added 40 this week. And by adding those 40, they now claim they're nationwide. I don't know why 355 wasn't nationwide and why 395 is, or why nationwide doesn't actually mean nationwide, and then I can go anywhere the LTE is and get 5G. But this is where we're at.
Marketing.
5G. So it's low band stuff, so it's probably slower than your LTE connection, just FYI. Okay, so 3 more things. Random phones on the way. Well, Tim has an LG Velvet.
Yeah, somewhere.
It launched yesterday? Today?
Yesterday.
Today. And it's coming to AT&T for sure. Who else is selling the Velvet? Do you know? I don't even know.
So it's AT&T right now, and then later this year it's going to be T-Mobile and Verizon.
Gotcha. So it's only AT&T right now. Is there an unlocked version? Probably not.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
I couldn't either. It's $600. $600.
$599.
Okay, Velvet's here for $599, folks.
Yep, completely riddled with AT&T bloatware. I mean, even the box, it's got a huge AT&T logo. Like, you would think AT&T made the phone. I mean, you boot it up, it's nothing but AT&T software. It's kind of crazy. It's it's like a downer experience. Like, coming even from the Pixel 4 XL, which I've been like hating recently, except for the camera. Boy, the Velvet is just like so stuttery with that 60 hertz display. The hardware is good. LG was onto something. We thought they were gonna keep going and maybe kind of redo their software stuff too, but they said nah. You know what we'd rather do is put someone new in charge of our mobile business, like they do every other quarter.
All they did was rename the G9. That's all they did. It was the G9 that renamed it Velvet.
And it's not even obviously not a great name. It's not very smooth, right? The outside looks good, but the experience is not smooth. It's 60 hertz. It can't be Velvet at 60 hertz. It has
dual screen, right? It has a dual screen?
Yes, it does have a dual screen accessory.
But that's not in the $599, right? Everyone's asking. You have to pay extra for that, don't you?
That's a good question. It might be included in some type of deal that the carrier has. But dude, I couldn't even tell you. I'd have to look. I'd have to Google it. I could be included just because they're trying to sell this thing. They're probably desperate.
It's never gonna sell. I mean, number one, it's only on AT&T right now, and I know it's coming later. But at $600, bad display. It's just no.
Yeah, Floss is asking, does it still stutter with Nova or Lawn Chair? Yeah, I mean, I have to assume so because the system animations are still running at 60 hertz. So it's not the launcher. I mean,
he's not necessarily saying the performance sucks. He's just saying the 60 hertz sucks.
The 60 hertz sucks. It's got the 765G, so it's got the same thing that's probably going to be in the Pixel 5 and this OnePlus Nord. Yep. So it's a fine processor, should be just fine, but it's LG and it's software, and they still don't know, I guess, what they're doing.
But so here's one of the things that's wrong with what LG just did. Motorola just this week, as another random phone to talk about, they announced the Motorola Edge availability, which not the Edge Plus. This is the lesser version. So this phone, 6.7-inch Full HD, 90 hertz. So this Motorola Edge, 90 hertz. It has the same Snapdragon 765, 256 gig storage. So it's double the storage, and SD slot, 4,500 milliamp hour battery, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. It has stereo speakers. I can't imagine Velvet has stereo speakers. Even Nord doesn't have stereo speakers. Bluetooth 5.1, quad cameras and all that crap. Who knows if they're any good, but it does. And then $500 to start. It's like a promo price. They're just slashing $200 off. I wouldn't be surprised if it stayed at $499. But the Motorola Edge actually sounds like a pretty good phone. Other than the curved edge stuff, which sucks, right? Which I was annoyed with the Edge Plus. It's cheaper than the A71 5G from Samsung by $100 and still has a 90 hertz display. It's as close to Nord as any phone, and you can get it in the US. It launches It ships July 31st. Like if there's kind of a $500 price point you're trying to hit, it's not bad. I still don't trust them with software updates, but
yeah, it's Motorola.
yeah, but this might be one of those sleeper good phones that like if you actually buy, you'll go, this one's dope, and you don't even know about it, and you suck. Because I think it might be sneaky good, but it's Motorola, and some people will probably kind of avoid it. But it works on all the carriers. It even has Verizon support, I believe. So.
It's interesting.
Yeah, no one's ever going to talk about the regular Motorola Edge ever again, but it actually looks pretty good. So anyway, all right, last random phone before trivia. Microsoft Surface Duo, which I just kind of weirdly am interested in. Microsoft going into Android. We got the dual screen foldy thing. Stopped by the FCC this week, and rumors circulating suggest Microsoft Surface Duo might show up this summer, which we're running out of summer, so maybe next month. I don't think we know how much this thing costs. We know it's running, I think, an 855, or is it running 845? It's running like an older processor, I believe. No 5G, which I don't really care. 5G sucks. But it showed up at the FCC, which sort of means, and I think it stopped for a Bluetooth SIG certification like yesterday or today as well. So Surface Duo is coming. Whether you care or not about the Surface Duo, I'm going to try to get one because I'm interested in it. So I will play with it. I think it looks pretty sweet because it kind of fits into that US pandemic stay-at-home couch mode that we're in. So it won't probably come close to touching the Z Fold 2. I'm hoping it's like way less expensive and kind of close to being as fun to play with. And, Microsoft makes pretty nice hardware. We'll see, though. I don't use Microsoft Office and all that crap, so I don't, it's not really my stuff. But anyway, just another random phone for everyone to pay attention to, and I think that's all I got.
Nice. Oh man, my back. I need a chiropractor.
No chiropractors in the pandemic.
Guess not. Well, I'm trying to.
Tim's trying to get the lights ready.
But this Nanoleaf app is so trash.
The Nanoleaf app is absolutely the worst.
Trash.
It's bad. What Tim's trying to do is get the lights going because it is trivia time. So if you are still here, we appreciate that. There we go. The lights are on. So it's trivia time. So end of every show, again, we do trivia. We'll have 5 questions. We'll reward 5 people with prizes. This week, we're giving away just $10 Google Play credit to everyone. So, you just walk away today with $10 to spend on movies, games, apps, whatever the hell else you could spend Google Play credit on.
Heck yeah.
It's great. So what we'll do is put this question up on the screen. Tim will read it aloud. If you're watching live on YouTube, you just type your little hands off and get that answer right and be first, and we will call out your name, and then you win. That's it. We'll call out your name if you're first correctly, then you win. That's it. Simple.
Nice.
Trivia.
All right. Good luck, everybody. You're going to need it. We got some funky questions. Today is Weird Device Edition for Droid Life Trivia. So hopefully you saw my Twitter earlier. I gave a little bit of a hint. I didn't tell you it was a hint, but I did give you a hint as to what you can expect today. So let's get it on. I am ready. Question number 1, please.
All right. Question number 1 is up now.
What 24?
Wait, hold on.
Not up. Hold on. We're chilling.
God damn. Everyone, you can answer that one that was just up there, but sometimes when things just crash and you reload everything and it pulls up the cache version of everything.
Oh, that's all right.
Taiwan.
That was
it was what was HTC? Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. Don't. That was not the question.
This has happened like twice in the last few episodes where right before the show something crashes and I have to reload it and it pulls up these cache last show questions. Really funny. Sorry everyone. I'm fixing it right now. Don't worry.
Everyone's like Taiwan. Sorry everybody. Killing technology.
Yeah, I should have double checked, but
fact wars.
Just happens sometimes. Okay, hold on, one more and then we're ready. Okay, we're good. All right, we can start. Let's do this again. Huh?
Let's try this again. All right, here we go. Question number 1, please.
Question number up. The real number
The
one.
real number 1.
Is up now.
What 2014 Android smartwatch featured a lovely smelling planet name and no Wear OS? Again, what 2014
no way.
Android smartwatch featured a lovely smelling planet name and no Wear OS?
There's no way anyone gets this.
Oh, they better.
I don't even know how you could Google this. We're gonna have to start like giving hints.
Nice. So I'm seeing half of the name. Oh, wait a tick. Is Curtis Black the first person with both? I'm thinking so.
He is.
Yeah,
no way. How did he know that?
I think, hey, some people just know. So Curtis Black, congratulations. Correct answer of Neptune Pine.
Neptune Pine. Everyone's
and
going,
if you don't know what the Neptune Pine is, you need to seriously go Google that. Go Droid Life, Neptune Pine. We had plenty of Neptune Pine coverage back in the day.
Tim loved the Neptune Pine. The Neptune Pine
awesome.
was like this big. It was like a mini phone that you put on your wrist, and it was awful. Did it even get out of crowdfunding stage? They shipped about 10.
Oh, it did. Yeah, they shipped a few.
Oh, the Neptune Pine. You guys should just Google Neptune Pine and look it up, and you will laugh at how far we've come.
From Fallout. We have come a long ways. It's really quite sad and funny, and
the question was worded weird. It was worded weird.
Yes,
we kind of went back and forth on like how to give you guys some sort of hint because it's just so random. It's one of the most random questions we've ever had.
It's a random name for a random device, so
yeah,
we apologize.
Sorry. Good job, Curtis Black, though. That's crazy.
Good job, buddy. $10 in your pocket. Nice. Let's go with question number 2, please.
Question number 2 is up now.
What company produced the processor that powered the doorstop, aka Nexus Q? What company produced the processor that powered Google's doorstop, aka the Nexus Q?
Yes.
So funny, man.
Is that Chris
Williams? Yeah, I'm seeing Chris Williams with the correct answer of TI, aka Texas Instruments.
Mm-hmm. Oh, TI was just everywhere for a while there with the same terrible processor in everything until they finally just exited the building. Which was fine. Yeah, which is fine that they exited because their processors were bad.
Poor guy.
Good job, Chris Williams.
Yeah, good job. All right, question number 3. Let's keep it moving.
Question number 3 is up now.
What LG phone from 2013 was marketed with a self-healing backside? Mm-hmm. Again, what LG phone from 2013 was marketed with a, quote, self-healing backside? All right. I see a few people here.
Brandon Johnson?
Well, the official name was G Flex, the LG G Flex.
Oh, you want the G in there.
So I got to have the G in there. And since I got to have the G, I got to go with Rashad Gaddis?
I think so. With the G. If you're going G, it was Rashad, yeah.
Yeah, it was hey man. It was LG G Flex. You got to keep it real. So Rashad Gaddis, I know.
It's true. It wasn't just called the Flex. You didn't say what not. LG G phone.
Yeah. Rashad Gaddis. Sorry, everybody. We're being so super technical today.
Sometimes we are. Sometimes not.
Yeah.
G Flex. That was the one I think where didn't MKBHD, he had some video that went viral, I think, in an early stage of his career set
to it or something, and
because he actually took a knife to it, and I remember seeing that video everywhere. I mean, we obviously knew who MKBHD was, but I remember seeing that particular video because people were like, "Here's a guy on the internet cutting a phone and it heals," and it was like, okay.
But it's like I should have done that. Like I just didn't think I should do it, but I should have. Yeah. I'm just gonna start taking knives to phones, dude, and hope it goes viral.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah, shout out to Marquez. So question number 4 should be an easier question for some of y'all. We'll see. I'm ready when you are.
Question number 4 is up now.
A special edition of the Oppo N1 used what custom ROM as its OS?
I have
Shout out
this
to
phone
Jerry
somewhere.
Rigg. Yeah, as a special edition of the Oppo N1 used what custom ROM as its OS? And I'll be lenient today, or with this one, because I am looking for Cyanogen mod, but I'll go with Cyanogen, and we will go with who said Oxygen OS? Let's go with Very Cool Alan.
Very Cool Alan is first.
Very Cool Alan.
Yeah, I have that phone sitting in a box, I believe. I remember I got one, turned it on, messed with Cyanogen mod a little bit, and that was the phone that had the swivel camera. It had the swivel camera up top, and it was huge. I mean, it was tablet size before there was slim bezels, and yeah, it had this like manual flip camera that you could flip back or forth. And it came with all these like special Cyanogen like accessories and stuff. They kind of really went all out with it, but it was huge, and I think I had to import it, maybe even. I can't remember. I don't think it actually, because it's an Oppo phone. I don't think it was sold here.
Very Cool Alan wants to buy it from you, apparently.
You really want to buy it? I mean, I might just give it
20
to
bucks.
You,
You pay shipping. You pay shipping. You can have it.
Send me an email about that. We'll talk about it. Because I got to find it first.
All right, last question. This is a fun one, but good luck, everybody.
Okay. Question number 5 is up now.
What Samsung device from 2012 had a built-in digital projector?
I totally forgot about this one.
Me too. I forgot all about it. What Samsung device from 2012 had a built-in digital projector? Holy moly. Ben Jacobs obviously owned one.
No way.
Because he got the Samsung Beam. Yes, it is technically the Galaxy Beam, but he got that. He got Galaxy Beam right too. So Galaxy Beam. Ben Jacobs.
Ben, you owned one, didn't you?
He must have. I mean, there's just no way. He loves the Beam.
Yeah, he had both Samsung Beam and then wait a minute, they're being picky. Galaxy Beam.
Yeah, that was impressive. Either way,
I just love the reviews. That's funny.
Congratulations. Yeah, so today we've got our 5 winners. Curtis Black, Chris Williams, Rashad Gaddis, Very Cool Alan, and Ben Jacobs, all winners of $10 Google Play credit. Feel free to email me, winners. Throw me your addresses. Not addresses, your email address. Well, just email me.
Just email Tim. Don't put that in the chat, please, any of that.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is...
You guys all know, I think.
Yes, email me. Ay caramba. And I'll get you your prizes. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, perfect. Email
It's
Tim.
been a long week.
And Alan, just drop me an email. We'll talk.
Ben says, thanks, guys. I love winning. Gets my blood pumping.
Oh, I thought he was going to say my butt pumping. It would have been kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. Brandon says, I can't be mad. Still enjoying those happy plugs. Good to know you got your plugs, man.
Nice.
The worst named product of all time. Like, happy plugs.
So bad. They are so bad.
In the U.S., like that, I think plugs, you just think something else. So it's terrible.
It's very weird. So let's see. Next week, there's not a lot. We're waiting for the Samsung event. So I don't think we'll have a show next week. Again, we're still doing the every other week thing until it just kind of gets busy again. Next week could be busy. We don't know. We should have a Nord review next week. And then after that, we're waiting for Samsung event. And then things will probably be wild. I mean, Samsung's about to announce 2 Notes, possibly a new Fold, some Buds, a watch, tablets, which I don't normally care about tablets, but I kind of want a Tab S7 Plus or something like that. It looks pretty badass. Alan, either one works. So, yeah. It's going to be wild for a while there once that all starts. So, we may have a show next week. Who knows? We may be back in the flow and doing weekly. Gary the Fireman with $2 dropped the game over sticker. I guess, the game is over.
The game is over.
Good to see you, Gary. Appreciate that. NBA is back. Yes, the NBA is. Did you pause YouTube TV? You can't even watch it, can you? Did you pause YouTube TV?
No way. No, I got my family chipping in, so now I'm
that's
technically
right.
only paying $20 a month. I'm good to go.
Future champion
TV
Blazers
God.
were in action last night. They looked great until they put the
Nurkin.
bench in.
Yeah, Nurk looking good.
Oh yeah. So yes,
He's back.
future champion, future 2020 champion. Trailblazers are back.
The Lakers can't stop that.
Darkman. The trivia is long done, buddy.
Texas Instruments. Sorry, Dark Man.
Sorry,
Sooner
Dark.
or later, you're gonna hear this, and you're gonna be like, "Oh no."
Darn. Darny darn. Yeah, so NBA's back, MLS is back. My Timbers are also they've advanced to the knockout round out of the group stage. Yeah, see, look at you. You love the
Go
Timbers now.
Timbers.
They are out of the group stage, so we're gonna have future 2020 champion, MLS is back champion Timbers, and future NBA 2020 champion Blazers. It's gonna be a good year for Portland,
And
Great
baseball's back too. Yay, baseball.
That's right, baseball is back. I do not watch baseball, but Tim does, so yay for baseball. Tim has an MLB free, right? If you're a T-Mobile guy.
T-Mobile and Sprint customers, don't forget to pick up your free season of MLB
That's
TV, and also pick up a fresh yearly subscription of The Athletic.
That's true too. That's actually a big deal. If you're a sports person, free subscription to The Athletic.
That's pretty good.
Really, really good deal. The Athletic poached a whole bunch of top sports writers from across the country, and the service is actually pretty legit. Somebody just asked if we're preparing for an iPhone 12 review. That would be a big fat negative.
Negatory. Ghostwriter.
Yeah, I mean
Pattern's full.
the early leaks I think surrounding it just show an iPhone 11 design, don't they?
Yeah, sort of.
If they do something
splatters.
dramatic, yeah, if they get rid of the stupid giant notch, maybe one day we'll pick up an iPhone again. For the most part, though, that's a big fat no.
Negatory.
Yep. Okay. Anything else? It's Friday.
No. It's Friday. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Tim Otato Reacts channel. We got some great
Yes,
stuff
please do.
coming up. And plug it. And yeah.
If you live in another country, enjoy your non-pandemic freedom. We will be inside. Be safe, everyone. Wear a mask. We will. We'll see you possibly next week. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Email Tim. We're up. Peace.
Peace.